Hey y'all, welcome to the kitchen tonight, and I'm hungry. So we are going to cook some chicken thighs that I bought yesterday. This pack come with 10 chicken thighs, and I'm not going to eat them all. I'm going to be doing different things. Chicken thighs and chicken leg, that's my favorite part of the chicken. I like dark meat. So yeah, we'll be cooking these up. I'm going to show you how to do different things with them. But tonight we're going to be doing smothered fried chicken. Okay? So I'm going to be frying up. I'll probably fry up 2, just for me. And I'm going to be frying them in some Crisco shortening. So we'll be back. All right, so this is what we're gonna be working with today. I done washed my hands, they're clean. And what you want to do with your chicken thighs is you want to make sure they're real thick and there's a bone in here. You want to make sure that it's not thick. So I like to just slit where I find the thickest part. I like to slit just a little bit. Don't cut yourself. And that just opens it up so that way it cooks down into that meat. Okay, so right here is our thickest part. You see that right here? So we want to cut that and kind of open it up a little bit. See what I did there? That way we just get it. Well, that's awful thick too. I'm going to cut that. Yeah, that's better. Okay, so it's got that bone in. That bone gives it a lot of flavor. Okay, so we're just going to fry these up real simple. Okay, we ain't doing nothing fancy. Okay, so I'm going to take my salt and my pepper. Okay, so let's come back over here. And I'm going to pepper these up pretty good. I kind of like a lot of pepper in mine. Get one side. Okay. Okay. So, got them peppered. Gonna add some salt. Not as much salt. Maybe a teaspoon on each side. Okay, kind of rub that in a little bit. Okay. All right, now I'm gonna move y'all over here where y'all can see me better. Okay, so what I should have done here, let me do it this way. Y'all can actually watch to see what I'm doing. Get a big enough bowl. Put my flour in here. Okay. All right. I'm a messy cook. You'll have to excuse me. All right. So we got our chicken in here, and I'm gonna use some whole buttermilk. Okay. I never use the reduced fat. I always try to buy the whole buttermilk. It's thicker and it sticks better to your chicken. It sticks better to really anything that, anything you got. Anything you're using it for. Whether what you're frying. When you're doing hush puppies. Okay. I'll wash my hands real quick. So those are in the buttermilk. I'll show you what it looks like. All right. Turn you on. All right, so we got our buttermilk and chicken in here. And then all we're gonna do is we're gonna use all-purpose flour. show y'all. I keep my flour in the fridge. Keeps it more fresh. I don't go through flour as much. I'm a single guy, so I don't use it very much. So I'm always just cooking for myself. And all-purpose white lily. White lily, that's the way to go. And I live in Virginia, and you used to couldn't buy white lily in this area, but it's gotten more popular. People love it. So that's what we use. That's what I use all the time. And it's just a really good, fine flour. Okay, so I highly encourage anyone who likes to cook to use white lily, okay? All right, so here we are. We got our white lily flour. Now, I didn't add any seasonings. I didn't add nothing to this. This is just plain flour, okay? If you see right behind me, I've got my grease. It's hot. Hotter. Still needs to be a little hotter. I'll put a little bit of flour in to make sure it's ready before we start frying. And that was just solid Crisco, okay? You could use this liquid Crisco, the oil. That's all I had was solid grease, okay? So just use what you got, okay? I'm going to take my chicken and I'm going to douse it in this flour, okay? It's got that good buttermilk, salt, pepper. That's all it needs, okay? All right, so you can kind of see what I'm doing here. Don't be afraid to get dirty. You're going to get dirty. That buttermilk has all that salt and pepper on it, so make sure you get that. And then just kind of coat. I could make more. In fact, I probably should, but that'd be too much for me. It'd probably go to waste. So, if you got a family of 4 or 5, this would be just a quick, easy. For me, it's a snack. This is my dinner. This ain't gonna be, ain't no fancy meal by any means. Ain't gonna have no sides or anything. Just the thigh, okay? So, this is what we got right here, okay? Salt, pepper, white lily flour. And you're gonna set this to the side. Now we're going to wait for our grease to heat up, okay? So then we'll smother fry it. Now you could deep fry it. That's one way to do it, but I don't particularly care much. It uses a lot of oil when you have to deep fry, and you can, of course, use the oil more than once, but you couldn't really use it for anything else other than frying, you know. I mean, you could fry your savory items in the oil, but something like a apple pie or anything that it already has that chicken flavor in it. So you don't really want to fry anything you're going to eat that's sweet. Of course, I don't fry a lot because, like I said, it's just me, okay? So we got our oil heating up over here, and we're about to fry this chicken up. Okay, y'all. So, I think our oil's ready, but we're going to test it, and I'm going to show you how to test. It's real easy. You've probably been seeing it before. All right, take you a little bit of flour. See how it's kind of bubbly there? So, that's a good temperature. So, we're going to stick our chicken that we've been letting sit here for about 5 minutes. And we're going to add it in. Y'all see that? So I've got it meat side down and it's skin side up. Okay? And I'm going to stick this lid on it. And we're going to cover that up and we're going to let that fry. Okay? So this is so easy. I'm 26 years old, and a lot of people like to eat out, and I just really enjoy cooking my own food, you get some sort of gratification when you cook your own stuff and you realize, man, that tastes so good. And this is so easy and it's cheap. You know, eating out is so expensive. And especially if you got a family, you know, it's just can really, especially now, things can get really expensive. So I always cook with white lily. I love to cook with buttermilk. Always use whole buttermilk. And I just encourage y'all to get in the kitchen and make something for your family, for your friends, for your church, for your community. And you know, cooking don't have to be hard, and it's so intimidating for people. Even older people are intimidated when they get into the kitchen. And you'll never learn until you practice. Cooking is an art. It takes practice. And I haven't mastered it. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. There might be a fire or a smoke alarm go off sometimes, but you know, that's just the way it goes, and that's how we learn, okay? So right now, I don't know if you can hear, but you can hear that chicken just frying in there, and that's going to be really good. This cast iron pan is what they call a chicken fryer, and you can really deep fat fry anything in it. That's what I use it for my deep fat frying and for my frying. Cast iron, it heats, has an even heat to it, so I enjoy using that. And I just want to show you this pretty bowl. My grandmother got me this for my birthday. She actually got me the whole set. Let me show you the whole set here. It's a set of 4. And they're good mixing bowls. They're oven safe. They're Pyrex dishes. And I just love it. And I'm trying to find a place where I can kind of display them all. My kitchen's full of all this. I wish I could turn this thing around so y'all could see. I can turn it around. But anyway, my kitchen's full of this Spice of Life Corningware. I have a lot of that. Got it up there on top of the stove. So I'm still trying to figure out a place. If y'all have any suggestions, let me know. My kitchen's kind of full of all kinds of gadgets, so it might just have to go under the countertop, and I might decorate, find another place for it. But anyway, so y'all get in the kitchen and cook you some Smother fried chicken. It's real easy. And I'm going to be right back. We're going to let this fry, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do when we flip it over. All right, y'all, we have our chicken thighs going. Now, do not open this lid. I'm going to open it just so y'all can see what's going on inside. But you want to retain that heat inside, okay? So down below this lid, that heat is building up, and it's causing that chicken to cook, okay? So it's not just cooking on the other side, it's also cooking on the top, okay? So that's how cast iron works. Cast iron heats from the bottom, but it creates a layer of heat, okay? That's why cast iron is so efficient. That's the way it conducts heat, okay? So I cook with a lot of cast iron, okay? Here in a minute, I'll show you how much cast iron I got, okay? But I'm going to show you real quick. I ain't going to leave the lid off not long. But look at that, okay? You can see it's already browning down in there, okay? So we're going to put that back on. It ain't quite ready to turn over yet. I'd say give it another 5 minutes. It's already been on there for about 5 minutes. So about 10 minutes on each side, and then we'll check. You want to make sure it's done. But let me show you my cast iron real quick. I told you I cook with cast iron, and when I do these cooking videos, I'm going to be cooking with this cast iron, so y'all can all see. I got a whole wall of it, okay? So I've got this hanging up. I don't like to stick them under my cabinets because they're heavy. So I like to just grab them off the wall. So I've got, I'll show you this special piece. This piece was given to me by my grandmother, and it was her mother's. And I love this. They called it pone bread. Do y'all know what pone bread is? I don't either, and I don't know how to cook it. I'm going to find a recipe for pone bread. If you got one, give it to me and I'll cook it, okay? But anyway, this is a pone bread pan, okay? Let me find another piece y'all may like, okay? Y'all know what this is. Y'all seen it before. A cornbread pan. I call them corn sticks. Now those are good. Let me show you my cornbread pan. I love this pan. It has such a pretty design and the cute edges on it. This is my cornbread pan, and I only cook cornbread in this cast iron, okay? Anyway, we'll talk more about cast iron as we continue in the kitchen, okay? And y'all, hope you can join me more. I'm just going to be videoing my day in and day out. I do a lot at the house. I'm here a lot of the time when I'm not working. And I just enjoy cooking. I like gardening. I take care of the homestead here. And we have all kinds of animals. And we've got cooking. We got lots of things to cook. So y'all just stick around and y'all like and subscribe if y'all want to see more, okay? So anyway, I'll be back and we'll show you when we flip the chicken. All right, y'all, we're ready to flip the chicken, okay? I got to do this while holding y'all up, and I don't know how I'm going to do it. It's going to take a little bit of expertise. Let me get y'all on some sort of stand or something. But we'll just do with what we got, okay? Do not get a fork, spatula, and spoon. You don't want to get a fork because your fork will more or less scrape off your goodie. The goodie is the crumbs. All right, y'all, I'm gonna show y'all something. Don't that just look good? So we're gonna flip this over, and we're gonna do it without getting as much of the crumbs off as we can. Some of them came off, but that's all right. Now I'll tell you, this grease is going to be so good to make chicken gravy out of. Now I got this on medium heat right now, okay? So we flipped it over, and we might have to cook it on its side, okay? Just depending on what it's looking like, okay? So anyway, got that covered back up. I got it on medium heat, and that grease is going to be so good to cook. You can make a gravy out of the grease, and I prefer a milk gravy for my chicken, okay? So you just use your grease, get some of the, get some white lily flour, all-purpose, that's all you need. Make you a roux, add you some milk once you cook that roux a little bit. Add you some milk, salt and pepper. You really probably won't have to salt it as much as you would pepper it. That chicken has a lot of flavor in it, and you're getting that flavor from your grease. Okay, that fat has a lot of flavor in it where we're cooking that chicken. Okay, so that would be really good. Make you some green beans. Get you a slice of cornbread, some collards, something from the garden. Oh man, that's a good meal right there. But we're not having all that tonight. I'm not that hungry. One of these days, I'm going to cook you a whole meal for your family. I talked to you about this flour. I didn't throw it out. Do not. If you have extra flour, do not throw that out. Now, I'm not going to put that back in with my other flour because it's, I've dumped my chicken in it and flour my chicken. But I might cook up the rest of those chicken thighs, or I could use this for something else. So anyway, so don't throw that away. That's still good stuff. I'm just going to wrap it in some plastic wrap and put it in the fridge. Okay, that's how I keep my flour fresh. You don't have to put your flour in the fridge. I like to do it just because I think it keeps it more fresh. I also don't go through flour as much as some people do. So if it's just sitting there for a long time, and I'm talking about months, and you're not using it, then you know, you get little bugs in them, and you don't want that. Okay, so just if you don't use it as much like I do, just put it in the fridge. It just keeps it more fresh. And you can do that for your self-rising and your cornmeal. That's good too. So anyway, I'll be back. Okay, y'all. Here's the finished product. Smother fried chicken. And I got some crunchies. Delicious. I'm almost tempted to make some gravy out of that. That's my favorite part, is those little crunchies. So good. I can just peel it right off. The secret to this is not flipping it so much. And not messing with it. Maybe flipping it once is good enough. Just make sure it's done on one side. But I'm going to let it sit. And that kind of lets all the juices kind of soak up in there. And kind of finishes the cooking. So anyway, this is my dinner. And y'all have a blessed night. Thank you, Lord, for this food.